Time has arrived. I'm going to spread some of this dirt out over the area that's going to be the pad for the pole barn. See if I got enough dirt. Only way to know. Tell you what I don't know about leveling a pad would fill volumes. I got to get this end, tripod, I got to get this end raised up more, because this little flag here represents where the end of the pole barn will be. It's one of the corners. Got one here, got one over there, just on this side of the tree. And then that bush, I got to cut a bunch of that out. That's a lot of work. I watched a guy do a pad with a bulldozer. 20 minutes, in and out. Dude, clearly a professional. But it is amazing how much it compacts down while you're driving on it. All right, we're going to try it again in, well, maybe not tomorrow. I got to go pick up feed in the morning. So that's about a 2-hour drive. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. Made my feed run this morning. Got another 1,000 pounds of layer feed. That's going to start going fast with all the birds we're adding to the layer flock. I got 100 more pounds of starter and then 150 pounds of grower. And the reason is because some of the chicks that we're hatching in the incubator are roosters. We don't really need more roosters, but Black Australorps are a dual purpose bird. So we are going to find out if they're tasty. So we'll grow them out and check that out. Meanwhile, the rolling up door on my shed storage building here, the spring blew out, so I can't get the door open. Bummer. So I brought out the trash cans and I'll transload everything into the trash cans, and then I'll get some help and we'll carry them in. So that's the plan for now. And weather's forecast to come in about half hour, 45 minutes or so. So I need to get working. Oh, you know what else is cool? I spent a lot of money on fencing material. So if you spend over a certain amount of money at Tractor Supply and you're part of their Good Neighbor group, you get like a premier level, like a preferred neighbor plus status. And so that gets you 2 free trailer rentals per quarter. And it also comes with 2 free deliveries to your farm per quarter. So I just went over to Tractor Supply this morning and I wanted to try it. I said, hey, can I do this? Is that a problem? And they're like, no, here you go. And I was in and out in 20 minutes, maybe, all the paperwork signed and on a 24-hour rental. So that's pretty cool. Here we are. It's tight fit. The empties are on top of one of the flat lids. This one's got grower feed in it. And we got the starter in there, except for this one bag, which I need to take out to the brooder because I'm out there at the brooder. Last night, there were 6 of these in here. This morning, there are 4. I am beyond puzzled. There's no blood. There's no nothing. All I can figure is there's a little thin space right there that they must have squeezed out under during the night. I guess that's pretty tight. I guess they could do it if they were motivated. I'm really bummed out about that. Yeah, if they got out, there's no way they made it through the night. Had a problem today, consumed us a little bit. No water. No water, not good. Just for us. So, seemed we had a problem with the well. Called the guys who installed the well system originally. I don't know how long ago, but it's been a while. The guy was able to come out today, which was great. And here's what the problem was. That little box right there, that's a switch, right? So you have your well, water comes up in here. It's deep, there's a pump on it, and it pulls water up into this line. This is power going down to the pump. Then this line is pressurized, right? And then water is stored in this tank under pressure. But then in this line is where there's a pressure meter, and that little valve, there's a pressure diaphragm in there. When the pressure in the system gets low, meaning there's no water stored up in the tank, that little balloon deflates rather, and closes a circuit. That circuit kicks on the pump, which pumps water, and then when you get enough in there, the pressure increases, boop, and it pops up and pushes open the circuit. Well, what happened was ants crawled up inside this thing, and they were wandering around, and when the circuit closed, because the pressure dropped, snap, couldn't make contact because there was now a little ant body in the middle of it. So, ant caused us to go without power, or without water today. Happy ending. The guy was really nice, and he was out here, got out here late this afternoon, and so we were probably really only out of power for about 5 hours. I keep saying power, water. We were really only without water for about 5 hours. We didn't know how long it was going to be though, or what the issue was. But you know, we have bottled water for emergency. Then we have these big, 5-gallon jugs of water that we just went over to the neighbor's house and filled up over at their place. And then we keep them out. We just set them out where we were going to need them for the animals in case this was going to last longer. But just one of those things. And on the upside, though, I learned a lot about how the system works, which I didn't know before. And I got to see the interior components of all these things, which was kind of cool. Well, an hour and a half of working the piles got me to this point. I'm going to spend some more time on it today. I had some difficulty getting the tractor into float, which is a mode for the bucket and the loader, which would allow me to do a better job of smoothing this. But I think I've figured that out. The other thing I did was pull out this bush over here because the pad is actually supposed to come out to here. I got a little bit of debris to clean up, but then I'll get onto it. I'm just going to show you an after picture to see how I did. If I got a little closer, who knows how long this is going to take. Still a lot of work to do, but it's definitely better. I'm definitely kind of getting a handle on some stuff. Not going to be a fast process, but we'll get it. I got a buddy with a transom, and he's going to come over with it, and we're going to start testing this out here along the way. That won't be till next week, but getting there. Deb put a thing on Facebook that any kids groups or anybody who wanted to come visit the farm just to see what's happening is welcome to do so. So I got a static display. And we got the new chicks in the brooder. So there's 3 of them in there now. It's a beautiful day though. About 60, 62 degrees and sunny. Can't beat that. Well, open farm day today was, I think, very successful. We actually had a couple of families show up, brought their kids. We spent some time with the chickens, and they got to hold some of the babies, the ones that were just born yesterday, out of the brooder. Yeah, they got, Debbie held the rooster for them so that they could see what that was like. He's a very different kind of critter and feels different. Hello, cat. So it was very successful. We went for about 2 hours. We went from 10 to 12 was what we advertised, and then we went a little bit longer, probably about 15 minutes longer. And it was really nice. It was really nice. And then, of course, I set up a static display because I wanted to have just a little something more to sort of talk about with life here on the farm and what we've done. So I got the tractor and the mule and the mower and just farm tools set out, and they really enjoyed it. The kids loved crawling into the tractor and climbing around inside there and getting their pictures taken. And then we took a couple of farm walks just out of some of the different places, depending on how much energy they had and how much time they were willing to invest. So really good day. Enjoyed that a lot. Debbie came into the study last night, maybe the night before, asked me if I knew how many subscribers we had on the channel, and I wasn't sure. I guessed it was 87. Turns out it's 90. At least it was when she did that. And she said we should do something to celebrate getting 100 subscribers. Now, I mean, I look at the analytics, so I think that's a little bit interesting. I don't geek out over it too hard, but it's interesting because like a full 80 or 85% of people who come to the channel and watch the videos don't subscribe, and that's fine. They get driven by other traffic, and my goal is not necessarily to be a YouTube channel that can support itself financially. I just enjoy telling the story and showing what we're doing here. It's just kind of fun, and it's I guess a creative outlet, as a way of storytelling. But we thought to celebrate hitting 100 subscribers, if people cared, if anybody was interested, you could drop some like a question that you have in the comments section, and we could answer that, or you could send an email to the farm. It's I'll put it down here. I think it'll go down here. iolairfarm@gmail.com, and you could send a question in there, and then we'll answer the questions after we hit 100 subscribers. If we never do, then well, that's okay too. But I just thought it would be kind of a neat thing just to acknowledge passing a little bit of a milestone there. But 100's kind of cool. And I know a lot of folks are family and friends and that kind of stuff. That's fine. That's all right. That's part of the joy of sharing this, is because we know so many people who might be tuning in. So if you're interested in doing that, and you're then drop the question in the comments or send me an email. And if you're somebody who's here and visits the channel, and hit subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. All you'll do is you'll see, and there's like a bell you can get notified when I put up a video. Don't worry about that. I mean, you can if you want, but I tend to post videos every Tuesday and Friday, and I have them pop up at 7:30 in the morning on those Tuesdays and Fridays, and that's it. And if you don't hit the notification bell, that's cool, because it'll be in your feed when you open up YouTube. So don't worry about it. Just maybe subscribe or chase the cat through the bucket on the John Deere, and drop a question if you're curious about what's going on. I'm gonna wrap it up. So that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.